When people think of the New England Patriots and they think of quarterback, they think of Tom Brady. What do you think of following in his footsteps now?
When Drake Maye was drafted 3rd overall to the Patriots in 2024, he was placed in an impossible situation. One where he faced the task of reviving a franchise that once was a dynasty, but had now completely lost its identity.
The Patriot way is done. Okay, the Patriot way was Belichick and Brady.
And on top of that, he had to carry the burden of filling the void that Tom Brady had left behind. In his rookie season, that weight proved to be too much for Drake Maye, as the New England Patriots ended the year with an abysmal 4-13 record.
Like, to me, and I'm just telling you what I see on film, I see a team that's unraveling at this point.
But this year, he's playing the best football of his entire life. He's leading a brand new Patriots team towards being one of the best in the entire NFL.
Hey, looking his way, trying to connect with Douglas. Got him! Touchdown!
I regret to inform you, the New England Patriots are not only back, but they are one of the best teams in the National Football League.
And with each game, with each incredible clutch throw, Drake Maye is proving himself as a legitimate MVP candidate.
His ability to stay poised in the pocket in the midst of pressure is making him play at an elite level right now.
Drake Maye is in the MVP conversation right now.
He's become one of the NFL's best players on one of the NFL's most storied franchises. And most importantly, he's doing it his way. But to fully understand how we got here, we have to go back to where it all began, because since his youth, Drake Maye had always been destined for greatness. Born in Huntersville, North Carolina, a suburb of Charlotte, Drake Maye was raised in a family where playing sports at a high level wasn't just encouraged, it was expected.
My whole family played sports. My dad played football at Carolina. Luke played basketball at Carolina. My older brother Cole played baseball at Florida. And Bo was a phenomenal high school basketball player. So just growing up, everything was sports, revolved around sports.
The Maye last name was already legendary in North Carolina athletics. And from an early age, Drake was determined to live up to it.
I think Drake, being the youngest in a family of tremendously competitive kids, I think has served him well, because I think it forced him at an early age to be competitive.
As a kid, he played everything: football, baseball, basketball, you name it. And in every sport, he always stood out as one of the best amongst his peers. But when he enrolled at Myers Park High School in 2018, that's when he really started to make a name for himself. In basketball, he helped lead his team to the regional semifinals as a sophomore and earned all conference and all district honors the next year. But when it came to football, Drake Maye was on a completely different level. As Myers Park varsity starting quarterback, Drake Maye threw for 3,500 passing yards, 50 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions in just his junior year. By the time he graduated, he was one of the best quarterback prospects in the entire country. And when it came time to start playing football at the collegiate level, Drake Maye didn't have to look far. He chose to stay close to home and join a program that was very familiar with the Maye family, the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Carolina's always been a special place to me. Obviously, both my parents coming here and them meeting here, came out the womb and, Carolina blue.
When Drake Maye arrived in Chapel Hill, he had one goal: become the Tar Heels' next great quarterback. And in the 2022 season, when he finally got his opportunity to become the team starter, he did just that.
Player here, Maye, the play fake to the end zone. Touchdown for Maye. They said he can run. Big game for the redshirt freshman quarterback. Bowler knocks it.
That performance set the stage for what would be an incredible breakout season. He finished the year with over 4,300 passing yards, 38 touchdowns, and only 7 interceptions. He also added 700 yards and 7 scores on the ground. He led the entirety of college football with over 5,000 total yards. Drake Maye was paramount in Carolina finishing 9-5 and making it to the ACC championship. Seemingly overnight, Drake Maye became one of the most exciting players in college football. And even after that breakout, he didn't slow down, because he followed it up by having another great season in 2023. He cemented himself as not just the most talented quarterback in Tar Heel history, but also one of the best prospects when he declared for the 2024 NFL Draft. Having thrown for over 8,000 yards and 63 touchdowns to just 16 interceptions, Drake Maye's upside was apparent when he was on the field. The poise, the arm talent, the leadership. He had the makings of the modern-day prototypical quarterback. NFL scouts and GMs loved him as a prospect. But in a draft class loaded with elite talent, Maye wasn't the first off the board. The Bears took Caleb Williams #1 overall. Then with the 2nd overall pick, the Commanders selected Jaden Daniels, which ultimately let Drake Maye fall right into the hands of the New England Patriots. And they didn't think twice about selecting their quarterback of the future.
The New England Patriots select Drake Maye, quarterback, North Carolina.
But yeah, I think this is honestly, up at this part of the draft, probably the biggest wild card in the draft. He can be a Hall of Famer, or he can be a guy that doesn't work out. He has all the...
The moment Drake Maye landed in Foxborough, the pressure on his shoulders was felt. The Patriots, once a dynasty that's name alone struck fear into opposing teams, were now a shell of their former selves. They weren't that powerhouse anymore. They weren't that team that had been so acclimated to winning.
And the Patriots have won their 6th Super Bowl title. Yes, it's still a dynasty.
Drake Maye was drafted with the hopes that he would restore the Patriots' legacy and take over where Brady left off. But what ensued in Drake Maye's rookie 2024 season brought to light a deep-rooted problem within the Patriots organization. They ended the year with a 4-13 record for the 2nd year in a row. This team's talent was lackluster. The O-line especially was atrocious, and the coaching was a mess. It was painstakingly obvious that what Drake Maye had inherited wasn't just a losing team. It was a franchise that was still stuck in the past.
I think that they are in the bottom half of the league when it comes to how they run their football operation, because you are operating now in a 2005 sort of way 20 years later.
In spite of the chaos, Drake Maye showed flashes of brilliance. Oftentimes, he was the only silver lining on this team.
The only thing we consistently walk away from Patriots games saying is Drake Maye's the guy. But Drake Maye can't continue to be Superman. No quarterback can.
The Patriots knew that with Drake Maye at the helm, they had their franchise quarterback. But if they truly wanted to succeed, they needed a full cultural reset. So when the 2025 offseason came around, they went out and got their culture changer.
The New England Patriots and Mike Vrabel have reached agreement for him to become the next head coach of the New England Patriots.
You know, you guys are going to ask me questions about culture. One thing I've realized about culture is that you can find out what your culture looks like when your family, your business, or your team is at its low point. But that culture is going to be built on winning, a competitive spirit. That's the type of environment that I want to build.
In the draft, the Patriots tackled their biggest roster problem, the O-line. They selected offensive tackle Will Campbell with the 4th overall pick.
I'm gonna fight and die to protect them with everything I got.
They also bolstered the offense with more weapons like receiver Stephon Diggs and rookie running back Travion Henderson. The Patriots made massive changes in the offseason, and by the time training camp came around, there was a different vibe in Foxborough. This team felt different. The locker room was more connected, the confidence was felt in the air, and Drake Maye looked more comfortable and more prepared heading into his 2nd year. But even then, the regular season didn't start off too hot for the Patriots. In the season opener, they failed to overcome the Raiders, and by week 3, they had started the season 1-2 following a loss to the Steelers. But then in week 4 against the Panthers, that's when everything finally clicked.
4-man rush, plenty of time, throws down left, got by Diggs at the 20, 15-yard line and along the left sideline. Can he keep it himself and take it? He will, he does, and that is a touchdown, New England.
This dominant victory against his hometown team was the turning point for the Patriots season. In week 5, primetime against the reigning MVP Josh Allen and the undefeated Buffalo Bills, Drake Maye and the Patriots made a statement.
Pointing, throwing towards Diggs, who broke free, and he's got it at the 5. And the last of the unbeatens has fallen in the NFL, and the New England Patriots let everybody know they are here.
1 week after this victory, Maye had his first 3 passing touchdown game of the season in New Orleans. And the week after that against Tennessee, he broke the Patriots franchise record for completion percentage, completing 21 of his 23 passes for 220 yards and 2 touchdowns. And in the most recent victory, week 10 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Drake Maye faced off against an MVP candidate in Baker Mayfield, and Maye outdueled him.
End zone, Diggs, did he get the beat down? Yes, he did! Touchdown, New England!
A 2-touchdown, 270-yard performance to defeat the Buccaneers propelled Drake Maye towards now being a favorite for the MVP trophy.
But the thing that sticks out to me, great quarterbacks and great players make the players around you better. And I think we're starting to see that in New England. Drake is elevating the play that's around him.
But a franchise that went 4-13 the last 2 years are on the road of ensuring that the road to the Super Bowl comes through Foxborough, Massachusetts.
If I'm being completely honest, this Patriots team success wouldn't have been possible if not for that brutal 2024 season, because that year taught them that clinging on to the remnants of the Brady-Belichick era wasn't gonna function as its team's identity. No, they had to embrace a brand new one. That season was also just disappointing enough for Drake Maye to take that pressure off his shoulders that comes with being the Patriots quarterback. And because of that, now he's shouting his own expectations, not ones set by those who preceded him. He's not playing to fill someone's shoes. He's playing to forge his own path where the end goal isn't being the next Tom Brady, rather, just being the best Drake Maye.